Yo, what's up guys? Team in the building with session number 5, the Rapoon. Wow, it's been a bit hectic this week guys, so just a little bit of a follow-up from last video. The epoxy is super hard. Some of the joints, I need to apply some basic putty, or white putty, sorry, which I didn't show you guys before. So what we're going to do right now is have a bit of a Q&A session, talk session, and we're going to go in with some 120 sandpaper, get this epoxy off, hopefully have a nice smooth finish, get rid of that horrible seam line, and then later on in the show today I'll be showing you guys how to do some panel lining with some BMC chisels. I'll be talking about that further on in the video. There's actually not that much left to do really guys, so I'm just going to sand away and have a bit of a talk session as I'm doing it. So basically, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get this video flagged down as I'm doing this, because of what I've heard on the internet about a certain person that came to Japan and has caused a massive shitstorm, to say the least. A famous YouTuber that basically is a lowlife, to put it bluntly. Just some facts about coming to Japan, and if you're thinking about coming over here, I know there's a few of my viewers that are dying to come over to Japan, and obviously Japan is a very cool place to visit, but with that there are lots of things that you have to be aware of before coming out, and I advise anybody that wants to come over to do a little bit of research really. I'm just going to go over my 240 right now. This particular guy is basically acted like a complete arsehole towards the Japanese and just basically embarrassed every American tourist that will come to Japan in the near future. His actions are beyond belief. I know everybody's like talking about it on Facebook right now and stuff like that, and if you're going to come to Japan and make these stupid videos that these YouTubers like to do, even the ones who live in Japan, the J bloggers or whatever they want to call themselves, it's not cool, basically. I mean, you go to another country, man, you should do your research on the language, the culture, customs, do's and don'ts, taboos, and all the rest of it, right? It's always good before you come to Japan to read up on the do's and don'ts. There are many rules, and do you know what? The Japanese are fairly, going in with the 400, are fairly forgiving, to be quite honest. I mean, they don't expect foreigners to know every single bloody rule that they have, which, in my opinion, there's a lot of rules that don't make any sense, and I live here, you know what I mean? But the basic ones, you know, you should understand that. So to give you a rundown of like basic stuff that you'll experience when you get off the plane at Narita or wherever, is that you're gonna probably be catching a train into Tokyo, right? To your hotel or your digs or your hostel or wherever. Obviously, if you're by yourself, you're probably not going to cause as much shit. But if you're in a group of guys or mixed, you're going to get onto the train and you're going to be excited. I know that. We all were when we first came here. I mean, I came here by myself, travelling. And from what I've seen sometimes with foreigners that come here, is that they're very loud on the train, which is a definite no-no. The reason why Japanese trains are very quiet is because people are tired. You know, these salarymen work long hours. And it's just respect for other users on the train, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen gaijin with loud music, taking photographs of advertisements on the train, eating food, which is a no-no, really. Just being stupid. And I can sense that on the train, the Japanese people look kind of stressed out, and they're not kind of people that are gonna say anything to you. You know what I mean? Because they don't like confrontation. They don't like to have arguments, especially the fact that they can't speak English either, which makes it more awkward, right? So just be wary of the fact that you're on a public train with people that just want to chill the fuck out. I mean, you have to think about it. If you on a train, you want to get a bit of a nap, bit of a sleep. Would you want loads of dickheads making noise and being jerks on a train? Probably not. No. So you have to think about it from their point of view. Obviously, the main kind of rule is about, you know, taking your shoes off. It's not that hard to friggin' remember, really, though, is it? To take your shoes off at the Genkon, which is the entrance. I tend to find as well that a lot of gaijin, because they think they're in Japan, that they have to friggin' bow all the time. Well, you can bow, but really you don't have to do that. It's a bit extreme, and it looks a bit stupid as well, to be quite fair. Just be yourself. Just say thank you in Japanese. You know, that's all you need to do. You don't need to go full out or anything like that. Escalators. If you're in Kanto, you always have to stand on the left side. That's right, yeah. If you're in Kansai, it's the opposite. You stand at the right side. Don't block the channel that's going up to the escalator. Don't abuse elevators either. Food etiquette. Obviously, they have like napkins to like wipe your hands with. Japanese are really big on that shit. Chopsticks, don't stick them up your nose like I've seen some guys you can do at some restaurants. Don't pass food, all that kind of shit. Like I said, there's like about 50 rules in Japan for bloody eating food. Do your research. Like I said in this video, I'm not going to go through every single different rule. There are too many to mention. But I'm just giving you the basic ones. What else is the... Yeah, just use common sense. Don't like litter. Don't take pictures of people or make videos on the train without people's permission. You know, just common sense, man. That's all it is. Common frigging sense, you know. Would you want a camera slapped in your face while you're on the train coming home from work? Probably not. I think a lot of gaijin abuse the fact that the Japanese are quite polite and very shy. But deep down, they fucking hate your guts. So, you know, just be respectful, be polite. You don't have to be fluent in Japanese to come here, you know. If you're nice to them, they're nice to you, that's it. But going back to this guy, apparently the Japanese police want to interview him because of what happened at the forest. You guys know what I'm talking about out there on the YouTube world. So I'll be interested to see what's happened. I've just found out today as well that he's just hired a load of security guards outside his, quote, big mansion, man. That guy's not short of money, man. You know, he's got 15 million subscribers. It's quite a lot. This was like brought attention to me by Japanese media, TBS. This was on the news. I know a lot of people out there saying, yeah, don't promote this guy, you know, he's just doing it to get views. But I think it is good to like talk about it because it just educates people on the do's and don'ts of coming over here. You know what I mean? Because some people don't frigging know. People still think that they're back in England or America or some shit like that, which is a bit stupid, really, because I'm sure, though, that these people actually know what the culture is over here, you know? But, yeah, those are the main things. Obviously, at shrines, you know, just be wary of what you're doing. But, yeah, it is sad. So, this guy, I hope he gets his channel down, because there is a bit of a petition going on us. I think, is it change.org or something? People want to get his shit off the internet. I'm quite surprised as well the fact that he didn't actually get arrested, because if that was me, I'd got my ass in jail. So without that translator guy with him, I think he would have been in a bit more of a tight situation. Right, guys, as you can see here, you'll see a white line there. That's where the putty is filled in. Look, it's as smooth as my baby's bottom. So I've taken off all the scratches there, all the sanding marks, and we're good to go. These are the other parts that I filled, as you can see here. Obviously that's going to be a nightmare to sand, because I did it a bit too thick. I did mention about that. Right, so what I'm going to quickly do, guys, is just basically sand these parts and fast forward through this video, and we shall take it on to the next step.
The Ma.k Machine. Lato Cremillon. Pateskit Purus. Stipes Erelunkitis. The Ma.k Machine. machine. The Ma.k Machine.
Die Ängste der Vergangenheit sind die Träume.
Right guys, so we've done all the sanding. Now we're going to get to the most difficult part of this cleanup. Is going to be using the BMC chisels. And what you want to do guys is basically find the edge. You can use curving tape, which I did do off camera, but unfortunately it's not sticking to the surface very well. But I think I can wing it by doing it freehand anyway. So what you want to do is find the surface very lightly, and I mean lightly. Work from both ends of the part like that. Slowly work your way into the groove. Don't just go in and go back. You'll either snap the blade or you'll just make a real big mess. I tend to go off an angle there. Just going around. Obviously when you're sanding areas of panels like this, you're going to lose some detail or some of the depth. I found that a lot of Hasegawa kits, especially their macros kits, you might have to panel line rescribe. You really want to just take your time doing this. Going good so far. If you do mess up, it just means you're having to resand. Just be really careful. Now this part is going to be a bit of a challenge. Because it's on a curve. You just want to do it in steps. Don't try and do it all in one go. Because you'll tend to find blade will just run off. You can use templates and stuff like that, but because I'm a skilled motherfucker, I'm doing it freehand. Curves can be a bit of a problem as well. A curve. Just going lightly. Curve on this side. It gets a lot easier once you've got the first scribes in. Basically we're just laying the groundwork here, and now this is going to be a tricky bit. Take your time. Can you see how slow I'm going with this? This is real time scribing. This is something that should not be rushed by all means, because if you rush, you'll end up making mistakes. And you don't have to put too much pressure on either. Whew. It's probably the best scribing I've ever done, guys. Live on camera. So I did miss that. You see? All the leftover styrene in the groove will come out, because after I've done this, it'll be going in the cleaner. Once you've got a few strokes down, that's when you can apply a little bit more pressure to get more of the styrene out. It looks half decent, to say the least. This does get easier with practice. You see? You could even go down a little bit more. This is a 0.15. So let me get all that excess out. Here we go. I'm concentrating so much it's hard for me to actually to talk and chisel at the same time. What you're looking for, a nice smooth channels where when you come to panel wash, the ink is gonna sit nicely in the groove. And if you're gonna get a little bit more adventurous, by all means do some more panel lines on your kit. Like I said, you can get templates that are made by Hasegawa. But these BMCs are the way forward. There you go, guys. You should have something that looks. I'll try and find my toothbrushes, which unfortunately I can't find. Perfect. You can't see that very well on camera, but that is fairly top notch. That panel line there doesn't need doing. There's nothing that really needs redoing on there. Let me check these parts. There's a little panel line there. There's a panel line there actually. Like I said, you can make these panel lines a bit deeper if you want. There's one there, if you can see there. That seems to be fine. This one here, we go in here. This might need doing. I'm just going to use curvature of the part to help me twist and scribe. Made a bit of a boo-boo there. Can I rectify it by going back the other way? Yeah. Small strokes, guys. Take your time. Don't rush. And this will look way better once you get to panel line. Not going to bother with that one. There's some grooves and detail in here that'll come out in the ultrasonic cleaner. That one's good. The laser cannon, it's fine. Just check all your parts. There is a section here that doesn't really need panel lining there. That seems good. Ah, that's right. I totally forgot about this. This part here definitely needs rescribing. I've actually forgot to actually sand this on the top, but to save me time, I'm going to scribe and then resand on top, which is perfectly fine. I'm laying down a good little track there for the bigger size. Well, using a 0.2, right? Thicker. Perfect. So you're looking at 0.20 for most of these panel lines that are on the actual kit. Scribe. Ah, good. It's quite therapeutic, this actually. There's no detail being lost around there. What you can do is you just go sanding on top. We go down to a 240. Sorry about that, guys. I've been coughing a little bit because the dust from the styrene putty. Looking good. A bit more, I think. It's taking its time a little bit. I'm going to go in with a thicker one. Jolly good. It's looking a lot better. And there. The 400. You just want to work your way up. 6. Going with the 8. It should be smooth. Look at that. When you sand it, it should look a little bit waxy. Once it looks waxy, it means you've got a real flat, smooth surface. And then to cap it all off, I'll go in with the high-end ones. Where is my folder? So this is a 4000 grit, this one. I could have worked up from 1. But yeah, there's a little bit of a nick there. I'm hoping that maybe the primer will maybe sort that out. There's a little bit of a nick here. I mean, once you've primed these kits and you find a mistake, just go back and fix it. It's not a big problem, guys. Just there. Try to sand it out as best as I can. It's so slight, is that? The paint might sit on there and get into that crack there, but we shall see. I'm going to check my panel line again. Job's a good one. Check these other ones. On there. Pilot. Nothing on there. The visor section. Could do with sanding down. What you want to do, guys, is just have a check. Always check your parts before you move on. And I think we are about done, guys. About done. Perfect. There's a little mark there. Where is my scraper? Can't find it. And again, this part here that we described before, I'm just going to go over with some very, very low grit. The low grit won't really affect our newly scribed panel line. It's so fine. excess there. And I think we're done, guys. Let's move on to the ultrasonic stage. Alright guys, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put it in the ultrasonic cleaner. I'm using some fine mold sprue degreaser cleaner. And what I normally do is I just spray a little bit on there. This part's not too bad really, but always handy to get one of these cleaners. I know people on the modelling world, in terms of using a cleaner for airbrushing, it's kind of split on people's opinions about ultrasonic cleaners. I personally think they're great. I have no problem in using them. I haven't used it on my airbrush yet. As I've been told it can damage them. I've always just used just cleaning my airbrushes by hand. I've had no issues in it. Obviously one day I might try and clean my airbrush with that the cleaner. What you want to do right now, just let it do its thing. I tend to give this a few passes, maybe 3 or 4 turns in the cleaner. Just give it a good shake. Make sure all that excess crap is off the parts, and then we're ready for priming, guys. But like I said, you can pick up one of these ultrasonic cleaners for nothing really, and they're really handy. You don't need a big thing. I know some modelers like the industrial types. You can get industrial ones by Funtech, which is a Japanese company. I think in the US you can get what is it? You can get stronger ones. While that is actually strumming away and doing its thing, I'm going to show you a little project that I've been doing in the last few days or so. And it involves some LEDs. Turn the light off. So I bought these LED circuitry board units from Yodobashi Camera, and I think there are 4 of them in total. And they basically have an IC55 chip in there, and all you do is, I'll show you an example here. You get the whole package. You get the capacitors, the resistors, the switches, the LEDs and everything else, and you get this instruction booklet like this. And basically you just follow the guide. This is for another one that I'm going to be building soon, this one here. This is what these come like, a pack like that. Very easy to use. All you need to do is just solder it up and connect it to a PowerPoint, which I've done. This one that I made. I'm going to show you guys the one that I worked on day. I hope this works. Okay, it's on. Right, so what you have here is a sequencer. So basically this is running in a flow pattern, and it has a speed dial there. I'll do another pass. So for example, if you wanted to do a kit that's, for example, like Knight Rider by Oshima, or if you wanted to do something Battlestar Galactica with the Cylons or a police car, you could swap these out for well, you can use any LED you want, and I'll show you right now. So that's running for the moment. If I increase the speed, as you can see, it gets faster and faster, and then you'll get to a point in the program where it just speeds up really fast, and then you've almost got like this police car siren effect going on. As you can see here, if you turn it up full speed, there's a bit of a loose connection there. You got like this, just a cool flash, which you could use for a police car, like the sedan or the police car from Blade Runner, the kit by Fujimi. That's what you're looking at, guys. Really cool. I have a bit of a loose connection in there, so that's why it keeps cutting out. So that's that one, and you can actually program this to the Ardilio processing unit by just soldering 2 connectors there. So you can, well, that's why it's a bad solder there. But yeah, very cool. The other one, turn that off. Now this one's quite interesting. This one would work well for a Star Trek kit when you want something that's on target and fires. So something that's been located, like or a photon torpedo launch. What this does is it flashes 4 times, another 4 times, but faster, then hits that one. And you have a timing switch, so you can time it for as long as you want for it to kick over to the next side. Boom, there you go. If I turn it right over, you can see there, it goes up to 5, 10, it goes to 1 minute, nearly 2 minutes on here before it flashes off. That's the timer in seconds, so I can set it down to instant. Very handy for plug and play. The build is into your model kits, and that's what the circuit is. So I've been having fun playing around with that. Just getting back to this, guys. By the way, this solution does smell quite bad. You might want to wear a mask. Give it a good shake around. Give it another go. So okay guys, once this is done, I'm going to get some kitchen towel paper, and I can start drying this out, and then we'll be ready for tomorrow. We'll be ready for the priming stage. Alright guys, so we're going to take these parts out, and as you can see, everything looks spanky. We'll take these out with some tweezers, shake it off, and as you can see, it's got rid of all that white residue, mess, dust, gunk, whatever you want to call it. What I'll do over here just empty this out. There are a few parts still remaining in the pot of doom. No, I have taken all the parts for re-cleaning here, because obviously you don't want any residue or dirt whilst you're priming your kit for paint. Should be immaculate. What I want to do is just spread that out like that on some kitchen towel paper, and as you can see, I've missed a bit there. Might be able to scrape that off. So it's hard to tell sometimes when you're sanding away. This part really doesn't really matter that much. Dip it in the water solution again. Get rid of that dust. And you should now, guys, have a very clean kit. And as you can see, there's a bit of a gap there. That might need fixing. We shall see once I've primed it if there are any sections that I've missed. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you've missed some parts on your sanding, because you can always go back again and redo it. Here there are a few scuff marks where I haven't sanded it properly. Again, the surfacer, it might work on top. They don't look that deep, so it might just cover that off. So what you want to do is just leave that to, like, now it's winter in Japan, so I can't leave this out in the sun, but if you're in a hot country, just put this outside in the sun. For me, I'm just going to leave it in my air-conditioned room. See, I missed a bit there. Get my scraping tool out. Put in the water again. And I think we're good to go, guys. We shall see tomorrow. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and like my videos, comment, and we're gonna get to the exciting stage of painting next, guys. Peace out. Speak to you all soon.